It's the day we've all been waiting for, waiting for. In the time we just can't make it on our own. Today we're going to be talking about the Big 3 upgrade on my 1995 GO tracker. I want to show you guys what's going on. This is a voltmeter right here, and as you can see, it's a little past 12. Let me get a little closer. I'm not sure the specs on how far that is. I think it's supposed to be around 12.6 for a good battery. Now I have a new alternator that just came in, and I'm going to change out that alternator because I don't think that it's sufficient. And so after I start the car, it doesn't go up to 14. So I'm certain, or pretty sure, the alternator needs to be changed out. So I haven't ran my other wire from my alternator to the positive side of the battery yet, simply because I'm going to be doing that tomorrow, hopefully. So I wanted to show you what I did here. Man, I got this thing grounded out big time. I've got one huge wire, one AUG wire going to the motor mount down there, to the motor. Then I have an 8 gauge going down there as well, tapped in right here. I mean, this is really overkill, but then I also up here have another ground going to this panel on the side of the vehicle. Now I left the original ground on there, and I'm going to leave the original wire going to the alternator. But I want to say this, not that I've noticed any difference right now, just simply because there's no hot wire going from the alternator to the battery. But as you can see right here, just with the motor turned off, it looks like I'm probably pretty close to where I need to be. So I don't think it's my battery just yet. So I'm hoping as soon as I change the alternator out tomorrow, I'm going to change the alternator out. These hoses, there's one here, there's one right down there, you can't see it, one right here that comes back to the motor. So there's 3 of them I'm going to change out, and we're going to see if we can get this baby, I don't know, just performing a little better. So I'm also going to be running some amplifiers to this bad boy, and that was another reason I wanted to do the Big 3 upgrade on this, because I have a first generation Rockford Fosgate Punch 75 that I'm going to be putting in here, and I'm going to actually use the Rockford to push the 6x9s Alpine in the back. And then those 6.5s down there in the side, I'm going to run them off of a nice little Sony amplifier that pushes 45 by 45. It's a 4 channel amp. So it's going to push those 6.5s. It's going to push the kickers 4.5s in the dash. And it's going to push these Scar tweeters that I just got and mounted up there. And I love these little Scar tweeters. I'm telling you, they sound really, really good just running off the radio itself, which puts out 22 watts, which isn't much at all, but they sound really good. It actually, my system sounds really good right now, and it's just the 4.5s in the dash, the Scar tweeters, and the 6x9s going right now. And I'm really stoked of how well it's coming along. I love my diamond plate in there that I put in there. Looks really good. I'm digging my diamond plate. Also put it here in the back. In the back. I was looking earlier. I took this off. I need to clean this. But I took this off, and I was looking to see if there was any way I could get a 10-inch sub in there and mount it in here. That'd be kind of cool. Stuff it full of insulation and see what happens. But the tracker's looking good, man. It's coming along. Just some minor things that I want to tweak out. I want to put a voltmeter in here, tell how many volts that it's drawing whenever the amps are kicked on. So I might do 2 of them. But I thought down here in this panel would be nice to put one in here. That way I wouldn't have to cut through the plastic. Just run the wire over. Stinger, I think, makes one I could mount right there. Digital voltmeter. And I was also thinking about maybe trying to find a new radio bezel. This bezel is perfectly fine. There's no breaks in it whatsoever. But I was thinking about buying another one and altering it and keeping this one and taking the lighter out and putting a round voltmeter right here, digital voltmeter, since I don't smoke. And then also maybe putting an EQ down in here, or a little CB. The presidential CB will fit right in there perfect. So I don't know. I want to see if I can find the bezel first, and if I can, then I'll alter it. That way, if I ever want to put things back together, I still have all the original parts to do so for the next buyer. So anyway, that's what I did with my panels in the back. I kept them, I kept that, and that way it can all go back to original if need be. So I'm working on the truck. I'm working on sanding my hood here. I'm working on my geo tracker. A lot of things going on at the Audio Master Show. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so, because we got a lot of great things going on. And always kind of tricking out things and doing different things with so much to do, right? And so if I'm not in the studio recording my own original music, which you'll hear on the show, I'm out here tinkering with my truck and everything else around here. I want to show you what's going on over here. So we're working over here. I just want to show you this real quick, not to get away from the geo tracker, but I love the little pond here in the back we got going on, man. It's kind of really cool and pleasant back here. We're gonna plant bananas back over there and make it look like this on this side. So we just planted them, and you know, if they die back, you cut them back and they come back the next year. So it's easy and simple. But I want to get my solar panels hooked up, so I'm going to do a video on the solar panels here soon. And as you can see, I have my power distributor by Ames, and it's 1500 watts. And so I'm gonna be hooking it up. I got to get some new batteries. These batteries right here, man, are just old. But a lot of cool things going on. So subscribe to the channel and come back and check me out. I think I'll probably do a video tomorrow of putting the alternator in, and we're going to see how well that goes. I'm thinking maybe I can just take this off right here and flip it over, and that'll give me enough room to get down in here and change that alternator. Like I say, the hoses are coming off, so with the hoses off and everything, we're going to probably do a flush on the radiator, see how well that goes, and get this baby running good and charging the way it should charge. But man, whenever I'm putting that extra juice, sucking those extra amps out of the car to push the amplifiers that I'm going to have, the 2 amps in here, I really need my alternator working properly, and I really need that big 3 upgrade to keep things sufficient, so that the amp's getting plenty of power, and the alternator still charging the battery. So I appreciate you guys joining in, and we will see you later.